Who's the best perimeter defender in your opinion?
It's Asar Thompson. With all due respect to anyone else on this list, anyone else on this team, there's solid defenders on this roster. Asar Thompson has the chance to be one of the best defenders in the NBA. I feel like this is I personally don't think there should be a debate here. It's Asar Thompson.
Yeah, that's exactly who I had as well. I had Asar as the best perimeter defender. Before he was even on this team, I actually had Isaiah Stewart as the team's best perimeter defender. Even while Killian Hayes was still on the team, I thought Isaiah Stewart's switchability, his help defense, kind of gets slept on from the fan base, in my opinion. I think he's probably the second best defender on this team. I think Cade has the potential to kind of like maybe bump Stu off because we've seen flashes of Cade Cunningham just locking people up. Now, I don't know if it was because last year all of his energy had to be exerted on the offensive end. But I think Cade has the potential to be a two-way guy, in my opinion.
I agree 100%.
So this one is a little tricky. I don't know if we're going to have the same answer. The best rim defender on the Detroit Pistons.
I'm personally going to say today, the best rim defender going into the season is Isaiah Stewart. Now, I personally think the best rim defender, the best rim protector should be Jalen Duren. And I think he has the potential to be one of the best in the NBA. I think he has a chance to be Bam Adebayo 2.0. And I think when the Pistons were at their best this last season was when Jalen Duren was showing his true potential as a rim protector. However, there are a lot of times where, he just makes mistakes, isn't in position, so, makes fouls, gets beat. He's a 20-year-old player, so he is still insanely young, and that's where big men struggle the most. But when you look at what's the thing that's going to take this team to the next level as a defensive unit, it's going to start with, the general on the defensive unit is generally your big. That's the one that leads the communication. I think that's another thing that's kind of underrated as well, is when you look at the Pistons last season, especially on the defensive end, just how silent they are in particular. No one's talking on that back end. And if you are the center, calling out picks, calling out motion, where guys are, what you're seeing is really important. And, I think a lot of the issues that they had come down to miscommunication, miserrant plays. And all it takes is a split second. And that's when, someone can get wide open for a look. And so as of today, if you're asking who's the most reliable rim protector right now, it's Isaiah Stewart because he has the best instincts. He's best likely to get baited into. He is more likely to get beat because he is shorter. Jalen Duren has all the tools and on paper should be the best rim defender. And by the end of the season, I think he will be. But today, it's Isaiah Stewart.
Okay, we have two different answers. I actually have Asar Thompson as the best rim defender on this
I like
team.
it.
Now, if you go and look at the numbers, Asar Thompson actually blocked more shots than Jalen Duren, who is the team's center, and he played less games and less minutes. I think when you kind of look at this team's landscape, to your point, you want Jalen Duren to be that rim protector, the best rim defender.
Yep.
When I was watching Asar last year, I was really impressed with just his impact. And you talked about it earlier of just like his basketball knowledge and him just soaking everything up. Like there were times where I think his first game, Sean, against the Miami Heat, he blocked 5 shots as a rookie. Like I think the last rookie to do that was like Rodman.
Yep.
Like he has the ability.
Wasn't that their first game of the season too?
Yeah. He had like 5
he
blocks.
came out right out the gate and was just ready to go.
Yeah. Like that kid is so special. Like I told someone a couple of weeks ago that he was an elite defender and they laughed. I was like, no, he's an elite defender. He's like, if he's not an elite defender, he's like this damn close to being one of the best perimeter defenders, rim protectors, switchable defenders. Like I remember him putting SGA in a blender. And SGA did not.
By the way, go listen to Draymond Green. He'll tell you the Thompson twins are going to be on all NBA defensive teams for years to come.
Yeah, like for me, I think he's the team's right now. If you ask me today, best rim defender. He showed the ability to protect the rim, protect the paint. Obviously, I want that to be Jalen Duren. I think he has a step and has all the tools and the potential to be a rim protector. But I think Isaiah Stewart is also a good answer. There were instances last year where he was protecting the rim. He was on the help side, protecting the paint.
Yeah.
I think you could have debates about Asar, Jalen Duren, and
Mhm.
Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah, I think, and again, I think the Asar answer is really solid as well. I personally think though, again, we talk about Jalen Duren and his development, and I agree his passing, potential is great. There's a lot of things on the offensive end that he can develop in and be a really great player. But in my personal opinion, I think that stuff is meaningless if he doesn't take those steps on the defensive side of the ball. If he takes those steps, that is, in my opinion, the singular thing that takes this team to that level of being in the play-in and starting to make some noise. They'll make more shots than they did last year. Inherently, just from the players on this roster, they will make more shots. But if he doesn't take that step and start to become that rim protector that we all think that he can, it's just not going to matter.